This is a new plant a friend of mine just recently gave me, and it's been a plant that I've been interested in quite some time. Just never really had the chance to, grow any out or attempt any. But this is Annona, Montana. It's also known as the mountain soursop. As you can see, the leaves are very similar to a soursop. It's just a bit more larger, and I think it has quite the same sheen as of a soursop. But the fruit itself, it's not really great or good. Most people describe it as it's more like a rounder, smaller fruit. But most people describe it as a kind of like acidic, bitter taste. It's nothing like the soursop. But I've been interested in this for two things. Mostly as a rootstock for the soursop. I haven't really attempted to grow soursop in some years, but soursop in Southern California it's a bit difficult to grow, and even when you get it growing, it's hard to get it to fruit, and they tend to kind of defoliate pretty badly and don't take our winter that well. And lots of times the roots rot, and some people have said that the soursop is graft compatible with the cherimoya, but I haven't seen enough of that to kind of see what happens in the long term. Most people I know haven't really been hasn't been successful with getting soursop soursop to kind of live long on a cherimoya graft. So with this, I think soursop might be a bit more graft compatible with the mountain soursop. So that's why I am kind of interested in this a bit. It's probably the most Annonas I've had in some years, and wasn't really planning to get that back into Annona collecting. But here it is. I have this. The other reason, it could be a bit controversial, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys some information. But I don't, recommend one way or the other if you use it as tea or not use it as tea. And so I don't have any recommendation one way or the other about that. But in Mexico and in South America, the leaves are brewed quite a bit as tea, and it's gaining a lot of popularity here too, also here in the U.S. And that's because it has a lot of some studies have shown it has anti-cancer properties, right? And if you don't know, that original study was actually with the Annona montana, not the Annona muricata, which is the regular soursop. It's actually with the mountain soursop, but they, overall, they have a lot of the same compounds in the leaves. But that's what I want to state on that. But you kind of keep that in mind that that there's a lot of controversy in that study. There's also another controversial study that involves the compounds in a lot of the Annona leaves, but it's found in the fruits too. But it's found in much higher concentration in the leaves and branches, and there is some toxicity with it too. So other studies have shown that this toxicity in high concentration, it could lead to dementia and Parkinson. So they're both kind of very controversial studies, and most of us kind of think they were just mostly done on lab rats. But something you guys should probably just kind of keep in mind both ways, and kind of outweigh the pros and cons of using it medicinally one way or the other. But that's why I find this pretty interesting in terms of this plant, both aspects of it. So this is Annona montana. I don't think I'll be planting out into the ground this year, but I plan to eventually do put this into the ground and see what happens, hoping that it produces these more like these evergreen leaves that really doesn't just defoliate really badly in winter. So, and I don't really know too many people that's growing this in Southern California, just because it's not really a great tasting fruit. But if you do grow this in Southern California, drop a line in the comment. I wanna know how your tree has done. So okay, this is Annona, Montana, the mountain soursop.